If you believe in a God, thank God for having Democrats as stupid as this. Let them continue unabated. Let them please keep saying, keep going, keep doing it, keep doing your stuff, because Democrats are now planning. This blows my mind. Democrats are planning this El Salvador junket to rescue an illegal alien killer while America burns. You can't write this. This is about misplaced priorities at a time when inflation continues to crush working families, when violent crime tears through urban neighborhoods, when Trump won re-election in many parts because of his promise to stop crime, and when the southern border remains a war zone of unchecked entry, no matter what anybody says. What are congressional Democrats doing? What are they doing? They're planning a foreign trip to El Salvador to plead for the return of not just any illegal alien, but yes, you read that, an illegal alien, MS-13 gang killer, the worst. Not a professor, maybe not one of the people that you see in the Columbia University who might be a little overzealous with his pro-Palestine. No. They go for like the Charles Manson, the BTK killer of illegal. And the subject of their latest humanitarian crusade, Gilmar Abrego Garcia, a deported Salvadoran national, not an American. It's no connection whatsoever. He was an illegal with a record and serious gang affiliations who now sits in El Salvador's high security terrorism confinement center. And instead of focusing on issues that, might really affect American citizens, and look, and you can even talk about those crazy, I don't know what you want to talk about, the climate change or whatever. Oh, no, crime, fentanyl, illegal immigration, economic decline. Democrats like Senator Chris Van Hollen and Representatives Robert Garcia and Maxwell Frost, remember this, they're all now playing international activists, I guess, lobbying a foreign government to release someone who should have never been in this country to begin with. This is the mentality. The dangerous obsession with protecting illegal aliens. What is this? Abrego Garcia Kilmar isn't the model immigrant. Like I told you, you think they would say, okay, let's pick somebody whose story, a father, a hard-working cab driver working nights to support his family. No. They don't even know that. He's not some innocent dreamer. Remember the dreamers? He's a nightmare. Not some dreamer caught in some bureaucratic limbo. No. He's a deplorable. That's right. A deplorable, deportable, really deplorable. An alien, illegal alien who never had legal standing in the U.S. in the first place. His gang ties. And to call these people gangs, this isn't West Side Stories, the Jets and the Sharks. Whatever. These are organized crime at levels you can't imagine. His gang ties were enough to get him flagged, detained, and rightly bounced under President Trump's valiant and correct enforcement first immigration agenda. So that policy, by the by, what it does was it prioritized American safety and sovereignty. Two words that currently the administration and their allies, I guess, seem incapable of saying aloud. They can't do it. It blows my mind. Democrats now want to reverse it. And their latest stunt, you can't make this up. Again, there is a God who wants these people to crash and burn. A diplomatic mission to shake hands with Salvadoran officials and argue that this illegal alien deserves to come back to the country he already violated the law in and regarding. To enter and remain in. He violated the law. Why they want him, I have no idea. You cannot make this up. Don't let it get in the way. Don't let in any way for this getting in the way. Don't stop them. Don't stop them. El Salvador has more backbone than D.C. Think about this. Now, ironically, the Salvadoran government has done more to assert control and rule of law than many in our own government. Presidente Nayib Bukele. It looks like ukulele, Bukele. He's waged a zero-tolerance war on gangs in El Salvador. He's refused to interfere in Abrego Garcia Kilmar's detainment. And his position is clear. Gang crime equals prison, regardless of foreign pressure. Not only that, how do you put pressure? How do you put pressure on another country to return their citizen back to us? Charles Manson, let's say this criminal, I'm trying to give it, goes to France, has a bit of a jaunt. French officials don't like him there because he's not a citizen. They toss him back here. We lock him up. French officials like Charles Manson. Their court issues an order to American prisons to release him back into... Do you hear this? It doesn't make any sense. I don't even understand it. They don't even care. Meanwhile, American lawmakers are begging the president to send this illegal alien back to the U.S., ignoring their own constituents' concerns about border chaos, child trafficking, skyrocketing crime. They're not heading to Texas border towns to talk to ranchers and law enforcement. They're not meeting with angel families who've lost loved ones to illegal immigrant violence. No. They're flying to El Salvador to protect a guy deported for good reason, because he's a violent criminal and he's not an American citizen. It's a disgraceful distraction from real problems. And here we go. This isn't compassion, it's insanity. These same Democrats, okay, can't be bothered to visit East Palestine. Remember that? After the toxic chemical disaster? We forgot about that. Where's booty giggity? They haven't lifted a finger to deal with New York City's spiraling migrant hotel crisis, which I think, as far as we know, has been pretty much ameliorated, if not alleviated, by President Trump. But one illegal alien with a sympathetic news write-up, suddenly they're dusting off their passports and demanding international justice. This is what happens when you put ideology above responsibility. The left, this radical left, these idiots who are now thinking seriously about running AOC and Bernie, please let them do this. The left has become so obsessed with virtue signaling and correcting injustice, whatever the hell that means. These are the same ones who came up with restorative justice. That they'll burn the flag to save someone who broke our laws, who abused our asylum system, and now sits in custody in his own country. His own country. How does this work? Bring him back. Why? Because they will... It's like when they get a wild hair up their arse, like, let's start keying Teslas. Why? I don't know. This isn't advocacy. It's abandonment of duty. This is something... the Supreme Court's hands, some people are suggesting, are tied, but Congress has a choice. While it's true the Supreme Court once issued a procedural order requiring the Trump administration to facilitate a return process, maybe, that was before Bukele's crackdown. That was before the details of Abrego Garcia's gang affiliations were fully understood. And long before any Democrat suggested it was worth a diplomatic mission to intervene. But the rule of law isn't about feelings. It's not about moments like this. It's about statutes. Under federal law, Kilmar Abrego Garcia is a deportable illegal alien who has no legal entitlement, no standing whatsoever to U.S. reentry. Full stop. So Congress could be using its time, perhaps maybe to, I don't know, reform asylum loopholes, fund border security, getting rid of all that Doge nonsense, supporting ICE, or maybe even investigating why the Biden administration has released over 5 million border crossers that we think of, that we know of, into the interior without tracking them. We don't know where they are. But no. Your representatives are worried about one gang-affiliated criminal, foreign national, not even an American, sitting in a foreign jail. Think about it. Not our jail, their jail. It's laughable. But there's got to be a constituency behind this. It's laughable if it wasn't so dangerous. Sovereignty has to be the top priority. Look, the real story here isn't just about one deported person. It's about the continued erosion of American sovereignty. Do you hear what I'm saying? Every time the U.S. government sends a message, okay, that it will fight for illegal aliens, that it will go and bring you back, that it will ignore immigration enforcement, that it will turn its back on American sovereignty, or that it values foreign nationals over its own citizens. Every time it does that, it invites more abuse of the system. It makes us look stupid, and we can't afford to look more stupid. And it tells would-be border crossers and illegals that not only can they come here illegally, but if deported, they might get a press tour and a rescue mission back, courtesy of the Congress. I don't understand this. How is this possible? When they stopped Scott Ritter from traveling to Russia, how is this? How are these not foreign agents? What kind of country does this mean? What kind of country is this? It's a broken one. One that's run by globalists, more loyal to NGOs and this old, whatever this USAID nonsense was, and international tribunals than the people who elected them. Look, listen to me. It's very, very simple. Remember this, midterms coming up. They've just signed their political death sentence. Okay? This is it. Who, as they said, they made, it's almost like a suicide pact, or to use that, was it Arthur Goldberg phrase? Anyway, it's time to stop this madness. The only thing more outrageous, more crazy, more insane than this story is the lack of outrage from legacy media. If the roles were reversed, if let's say, Republicans were flying abroad to advocate for a convicted criminal, I don't know, maybe a MAGA guy or some abortion, who knows? Somebody that the left detests, there'd be breathless coverage, protests, calls for resignation. Oh my God. Even those horrible shows, those horrible rancid leftish, MSDNC, they'd be going crazy. But when Democrats do it in the name of, quote, justice, it's just another human interest piece. It's nothing. Are you going to say enough is enough? Are you going to join me? We need lawmakers. We need people focused on defending our borders, our laws, our people, not gallivanting and parading and traipsing about Latin America, looking foolish to save people, to invite, to ask them to remove them here. I don't understand what this means. We're trying to save people who had every chance to follow the law and chose not to. And I'll bet you this Kilmar's thinking, what the hell's going on? Why do they like me so much? I have no idea. It doesn't matter. They just picked you. You're the object. Every dollar spent on this circus is a dollar not spent protecting Americans. Every press conference about Kilmar Abrego, everyone, is one less about fentanyl overdoses, gang violence, housing instability, veterans issues, fentanyl, crime, child trafficking, name it. Just pick your favorite horrible story. All of this caused by illegal immigration. Americans are waking up, my friends. And let me tell you something. This MAGA, Republicans are asking themselves, I can't believe they're doing this. They see the priorities of this political class, and they're not buying the distractions anymore. Look, bring the focus back home. Listen to what I'm saying. Secure the border. Deport criminals now. And stop turning Congress into some kind of a concierge service for illegal aliens. Do you agree with me? Of course you agree with me. There's no other way around this. Of course you agree with me. I can't believe this is happening. So do yourself and me a favor. First of all, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. And I put some questions up. I want you to answer this. Answer this question. How is this even allowed to happen? And whatever you do, my dear friends, I ask you right now, I beseech, implore, and importune you to comment as you see fit.